Stephen Terry from the Hardwick, Abergavenny, just outside Abergavenny. Our philosophy is based on simple produce, local where possible, which is quite a lot. I mean, all our livestock and most of our veg is local. But what we don't get locally, you know, we get some nice stuff from Italy, France and Spain, but that's it. We don't get anything further than that. It's that whole less is more philosophy, because, you know, being clever is respecting the produce and, you know, bringing out the best of, you know, things like this. I mean, just beautiful local courgettes and flowers, you know, fantastic organic, you know, local tomatoes. You know, we've got an organic farm behind us here, and it's just, that to me is the pleasure I get from my work. So we're going to cook a nice simple omelette, something that's very simple to do at home. We're going to use some chorizo and black pudding, a bit of potatoes, so a bit of like a Spanish omelette really. We're going to serve a little bit of roquette and some sort of finely sliced shallot on top. Nice and sort of, I like that sort of like that raw onion flavour, but the shallot's a little bit more intense and just nice crunch. A few breadcrumbs on the top. Simple. So the first thing, this is a Alejandro chorizo. It's a raw chorizo. You can get chorizos that you slice like a cured meats, like a sort of salami style chorizo. This actually needs cooking. So the best thing is to just take a portion of that off. It's quite spicy as well. I mean, that's what I love about chorizo sausage. It's a nice little spice in this. It's got smoked paprika in there. It's got a slight, the casing of the chorizo is very fine. So we just remove the casing of the, or the skin, casing, whatever you want to refer to it as. So we need to cook this first because this will just take a little bit more cooking than the black pudding. And we'll put it in with the potatoes. And the great thing about this chorizo, because there's so much, it's quite, you know, it's flavoursome fat. That is, you know, essentially it's a pork sausage, and diced up nice and small, so we can cook it quite quickly. But you see all this marbling, all this white marbling in the, that's all the fat. Now a lot of that's going to be released. Now that will give us a nice red sort of fat oil in the pan that will allow us to add the potatoes for that to start cooking as well, to get a bit of colour on the potatoes. First thing we're going to do is put these in first into a dry pan. There's no oil in that pan. See it start to smoke. I might actually just put a wee bit in there actually. Again, good quality olive oil. And we've got our potatoes, which are just cooked new potatoes in the skins. So they're pre-cooked. And again, just dice them up like so. This here is a shallot that we've diced shallot that's already been cooked. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to it in a minute. I'm going to put the black pudding in now. So this just takes a little bit of time to cook this down, because we can't add the egg straight away to this, otherwise it won't be cooked. And also what we're doing here is we're adding flavour by sort of getting a bit of colour on the potatoes and the chorizo. It's cooking the chorizo, and we're extracting the flavours, allowing the flavour to come out of it, you know. While that's just cooking, I just want to cut this shallot up. This is shallot. We're going to use this for the salad, just to go on top, like a simple salad. You can use any lettuce you want if you have a preference. You want to use iceberg or you want to use cos lettuce. I like a nice bit of roquette, a little bit of pepperiness in the roquette. Again, you can either slice it either way. I like to slice it sort of like half moons, nice and finely. You can use one of those sort of mandolin sort of slicers, or if you fit, you know, just, again, it's not a race. Like so. Make sure this is cooking nicely. You can see we get a nice bit of colour on there now. I'm going to add a bit of this the shallot mix in there, and a bit of flat leaf parsley. You should always cook the parsley out. Sometimes people just finish a dish with parsley quite often and don't actually cook the parsley out. The parsley needs a sort of good minute to cook. I always find that raw parsley sort of just sticks around your mouth, and it's one of those things that ends up in your front tooth when you're talking to your, I know, someone you're trying to impress over a business lunch or something. Nothing worse than that spinach in your teeth scenario. Right, just crack the eggs. I'm going to use 3 eggs. These are local organic eggs. I mean, they always use a free-range egg, I think. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of factory farms and things like that. And you find that most people are, the swing now is towards you know, free, at least a free range egg. Just beat them lightly. Like so. You could also add some raw garlic in if you wanted to. I mean, there's a little bit in with the shallots, but you can add a bit more if you like a bit more garlic. So that's wet enough now to sort of for the eggs to cook. So what we do now, we fold the egg. Well, it's wet, there's enough oil in there so that it won't just stick straight to the pan. Stir the eggs in. And really, as soon as the eggs are in, it's not a lot of time at all, really, for it to cook. It's quite a wide. I'm probably not going to fold the omelette. Got a little bit of rocket down here. Got my shallot. This is just olive oil and lemon juice on the top there. A little bit of salt, Hallamon Anglesey sea salt. A little bit of grill. This is the grill here. Just going to put it underneath the grill just to finish cooking on the top. Otherwise, if you keep cooking it from the bottom, you just overcook the bottom to get that little bit of slightly sort of like it's slightly undercooked there. A little bit of pepper. And some chives. You've got a few chopped chives in the salad's quite nice. So you can see that's why it's essential to cook all the ingredients first, because otherwise, you know, they're all going to be raw. I just like to, I'm not going to fold the omelette. Just toss that little bit of salad there. Sorry?
Just for appearance?
Yeah, I just think it looks nicer. I mean, you fold it all in and everything's hidden inside. You know, it's like it's an egg pizza essentially, isn't it? So, toss that, make sure plenty of shallot in there. It's over the top like so. And something else I like to do, just over here, I'll just grab some now. We've got these breadcrumbs that have been fried in brown butter. So they're nice and crunchy. And it's just nice to add a little bit of crunch to the dish, a few brown butter breadcrumbs on the top. Like so. And that's it. That's our, you know, sort of Spanish style omelette, but you can put a bit of creme fraiche on there. Maybe nice if it's quite a really spicy chorizo, or you could put a bit of chili in there and add the creme fraiche afterwards. But yeah, nice and simple.